selling old, used mobile phones on Amazon FBA for very quick profit. Stick around, guys. Hey, what's up guys, my name is John. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Today's video I'm going to be showing you exactly how I source mobile phones on the Facebook marketplace using online arbitrage for very quick and very good profit on Amazon FBA. Now, there is a reason why I say old used phones. Used doesn't have to be a specific, you can sell new phones, but I am specifically looking for older phones, and there is a very good reason why I'm looking for older phones. Older phones, first and foremost, are cheaper, okay? That's a fact. They are cheaper phones, and they still sell very, very well on Amazon. But the new phones, or more importantly, flagship phones that are like £600, £700, £800 for a phone, these can be extremely tricky to sell. And what I mean by that is, when you sell these phones, you have to be 100% that this is not a contract phone, a business contract phone. Now, I understand that this is something that people would be kind of skeptical about, but it has happened to me in the past. I actually bought, probably about a year and a half ago, I bought a brand new Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge for a very reasonable price. Not too cheap, but a reasonable enough price. Still in the box, it was still sealed. I picked it up from the guy seemed very, very genuine, very nice, pleasant man. Purchased the item, done all the checks to make sure that this was genuine, checked the IMEI number, or IMEI number. Anyway, done all the checks and everything pretty much looked legit about this phone. It was still sealed. Everything looked absolutely perfect, and it was locked to EE, I believe. Sold the phone on Amazon. A couple of days later it got returned. So I got it sent back to my home address, and then I checked the phone, checked the IMEI number, and everything was the same. It was the same phone, okay? It had been opened, it was the same phone. Wasn't sure what the issue was, and then I tried the phone out, and the phone was actually locked. Now, the customer had stated that the phone worked fine for a while, and all of a sudden it got locked. Now, this was, I believe it was something to do with the actual SIM. It was to do with the fact that this was a business phone, okay? Now, there's no way for me to tell if that was a business contract phone. All the checks come up and showed as if everything was perfect about this mobile, but unfortunately it wasn't. This was a business contract, and even though you can go and get the phone unlocked, which would make it obviously unlocked to all SIMs, the phone itself was still locked. There was no way around that unless you contact the original owner of the phone, which unfortunately for me was not the person that I purchased it from. So I contacted him and he never got back to me. So anyway, regardless, what I'm saying is, if you're going to look at selling new phones, like flagship phones, you have to be very wary of this. This does come with some real risk, but you can make really good profit selling old phones, and they don't come with that kind of risk. It doesn't have to be exactly old phones. You can get newer phones, but just not the flagship models. The flagship models are a little bit different, and they're the ones that tend to come as contracts and business contracts, etc. Also, I'm going to be explaining a little bit more about the BSR. I haven't done a video in about 2 weeks, so I'm going to be kind of back to making videos again, and someone had made a comment. They had asked a question and I intend to answer it in this video, and it is about the BSR specifically. I believe they asked about if you could check the sales ratio for used items. This is something that I am going to kind of explain, because this is more down to the BSR than as opposed to just looking at an individual item that sells used, because you can't actually do that on Amazon unless the listing itself is a entirely used listing. But again, I'll explain that a little bit more in the video. But I'm going to jump over to Facebook and I'm going to source some old mobile phones, and I'm going to try and find some good profit. So stick around, guys. Okay, so I am on the Facebook Marketplace and I have already typed in just the search bar right here. I've just typed in mobile phones, that is all. And also the price, I've put the max up to £70. This way it should filter out all the newer models and the flagship models and just give you the listings of the older or the kind of less valuable models. This is kind of what you're looking for. This is what this video's for. But straight away I have seen something that is this right here. I don't know if you can see it properly because of my head is in the way, but it is a Samsung Galaxy J 3. So it's a newish phone, but again, this doesn't really carry the same sort of risk as newer flagship phones. It is selling for £50. I'm going to check this listing and I'll get straight back to you. Okay, so I've just checked that listing. There's no cracks on the screen. Cosmetically, I've looked at the pictures. This does look to be absolutely really good condition, and it comes with the original box. That's always a good thing when selling stuff on Amazon. Oh yeah, and it's unlocked. Again, very important. So I'm going to switch over to Amazon and see how well that does. Okay, so this is it here. It is the Samsung Galaxy J 3 2017 SIM free, blah 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 blah. So this is the right one, and it is the Amazon choice, so that's really good. Now this is selling for £137.90. This is new. We are looking at used ones, so there's 12 used and it's selling for £74.19 starting. So I'll check the used ones and see how they do. Okay, so this is the used ones right here. Now the first three are actually prime. The first one's starting at £74.19, but I'm looking at that listing. It says used and acceptable. I'm going to check this out. Okay, so that seems to be in, as it says, acceptable conditions. It's not the greatest condition, so it's not what I would be looking to put it at. I would not match this price because the one that I have sourced is in very good condition, so I would not match this price. The next one, I would be looking probably at this one here, £88.59 used in very good condition. Yeah, so I would match this one right here because it's used in good condition, very good condition, the one that I've sourced. So this is the price I'd be looking to sell it for. So I'm going to go back and look at the Helium 10, the BSR history for this. Okay, the BSR history, as you can see right here, this is over 30 days. Each dip is a sale, so this sells several times per month. I'm going to refine it to 7 days, and you can see even in 7 days, this is still selling a hell of a lot within a week. So this is an extremely quick seller. A very quick seller. Yeah, this is the type of thing, the minute that this hits the warehouse, this is likely to sell, okay? It would definitely sell within the week. So I've already filled this out. So the cost of product is £88, not the selling price, sorry, £88.59. Product cost is £50. The fees are £8.25, so the net profit is going to be £30.34. And that will be very quick profit. Now, I do want to say something. This is part of the question that was asked the other week here, and it's about the fee calculator on Helium 10. This is just a estimate, okay? That it will be different from the actual sales price and what you actually get after the product sells. It is not an exact price. It will a couple of pounds more, a couple of pounds less. This is just an estimate, okay? And I try and make that very important every time that I actually say this in my videos, that this is just an estimate. It is not an exact. It can't give you the kind of exact numbers. So that is a estimated net profit. It could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. So don't take that as 100%. It's just more of a guideline of the kind of money you'd be looking to return. So £30 roughly estimate, that's the kind of profits you will get, which for me, that is a good profit. And if you look at it over the 7 days, it's going to be a very quick profit. But anyway, I'm going to go back to Facebook and see what else we can source. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down and see if anything else catches my eye. Wait a minute. Okay, so I can see one here is a Moto G5, 3GB RAM and 16GB storage. So I'm going to check this list and I'll get straight back to you. Okay, so I've just checked that listing. Again, this item is unlocked. It is cosmetically sound. When I say that, I mean that there's no damage to the screen, which is the most important thing. It is not cracked, it is not all scraped or scratched, anything like that. It's actually in very, very good condition. Again, it's unlocked and it comes with the charger and the box. The box is a good thing. It's not the most important thing, but if you can get the original box, that is a really good thing. It kind of ups the price. If you can't, you can always try and source that box, and it's not going to be very dear. You can try and source that box, and that will increase the profit you'll get for it. So I'm going to check this on Amazon and see how that does. Okay, so this is a listing right here. Motorola Moto G5 16GB, 3GB RAM dual SIM. Okay, so this is the one. £169.79. This is brand new. This is new price. You've got 5 used starting at £109.18. So this is what I'll be looking at right here. So I'm going to check the used now. Okay, so the used one is starting for £109.18. It is prime. Used but acceptable. Okay, so this one says it has got major cosmetic damage such as cracks, holes or dents. Now this is not the kind of condition of the one that I've sourced. The one that I've sourced is in good condition. So the next one, yeah, this is probably the one that I would be matching. £128.10, used good condition. So that's what I'd be looking to get for the one that I've sourced. So I'll go back and check the Helium 10. Okay, so the BSR for Helium 10, this is the sales right here over 30 days. So this again is an extremely quick seller, a very, very good seller. Bear in mind, each dip is a minimum of 1 sale. So I'm going to refine this to 7 days. And yeah, and within a week, it still sells several times a week. So this is a very quick sale. So I'm going to check the kind of profits you'll be looking at. I've already filled this out at £128.10. The product cost is £65. The estimated fees is £11.11. So you're looking at a net profit around about £51.99. Not an exact profit, but that's a kind of return that you'd be expected. Again, this is a guideline. Okay, so £50, let's just say £50 net profit, and it's going to be very, very quick profit. So that is really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to try and answer a little question asked the other day. This was about looking at the kind of used prices and how quickly they sell. This, unfortunately, is not something that you can do. This is not like eBay where you can just check the sold listings and refine it down to used, new, etc. You can't do that. What you can do is you look at the listing. You have to kind of look at it as if it's like a traffic source. Okay, the main guideline that Amazon gives you is the BSR. Okay, and then you've got the Helium 10 app, which gives you the BSR history, which is extremely important. You have to look at this as a listing. This is the listing of this item. Within this listing, you have got more listings. You have got the used listings. Okay, it can be a bit confusing. Now this one right here that you see, this is the first one that you're going to click on. This is called the buy box. The buy box is the one that is the first one that you see. This is always going to sell more than any other one. This is going to be the quickest and the best selling one, which is the buy box listing. And it's because this is the first one that someone clicks on, so it makes sense for this to be the best seller. But the BSR is not just based on this one selling, it is based on each and every one in this listing that sells. Now again, this can be a little bit confusing, but you need to look at it as a kind of, you need to try and understand it and see it as a kind of guideline. Okay, so if this sells, for example, this probably sells about a minimum 100 times a month in the 30 days. Probably sells roughly about 100 times, okay? Maybe more, maybe a little bit less. I expect it to be more at the kind of BSR you're getting. But if this sells 100 times, let's just say probably 80% of that is going to be the buy box one that's selling, okay? About 80% of that is going to be the buy box selling, which means that the other 20% is the ones that are clicking on the used, okay? So that's like 20 sales a month that is going to buy used. So you kind of try and divide it up to the amount that is shown as used. So 5 is used, and then obviously you look at your listing. So let's just say you've got a potential of 20 people clicking on your item and actually purchasing it. So your item has to slightly stand out. It could be down to the price or down to the condition or just whatever you've wrote on the listing. This is the kind of best way to try and explain it. The fact is, if it's got a good BSR, it's going to sell, okay? If it's got a good BSR, it will sell. You don't have to worry too much about it, like thinking it may or may not sell. It will sell eventually. It may sit for a little bit longer than you'd hope, but if you're sending it into FBA, it's not really a big issue. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Your item will sell. It will sell used. People definitely buy used. People will come to this listing and go, right, I'll happily buy it for £170, whereas other people will look at that and they'll go, well, wait a minute, I may be able to get a better deal, a cheaper deal. As there's ones there that will be listed used, but if you go through the listings, it will say like now, used ones, or only just taken out the box. So some people will definitely click and buy the used ones. So just make sure you don't put something broke. Make sure you stay true to the listing. There is a hell of a lot more that I can add to that. However, I do want to get this video done today, but I will definitely add more to it in the upcoming videos to kind of get you to understand the BSR a little bit more. But just understand that the BSR is the biggest and most important guideline when it comes to understanding the sales ratio of an item. It doesn't matter if it's new or used, it's down to the buy box. The buy box will be the best selling one out of this listing, but that doesn't mean that the other ones, the used ones, won't sell. They will definitely sell. But anyway guys, I'm going to quickly switch back and we'll have a very quick little chat. And there you have it guys, mobile phones definitely do make a very, very quick return on your investment. You can make some really, really good profits selling old used phones. I cannot stress enough that unless you really know what you're doing, I would probably stay away from the new or flagship mobiles. It doesn't matter if it's used or even new, it can still be sealed in the box and it can still be problematic. So just be very wary when it comes to selling new or flagship phones. Older phones still do very well in this day and age. They still make a really good profit. So I would definitely look into it if you're new to Amazon FBA. But anyway guys, that concludes my video for today. Hopefully you found some value in it. If you have, as always, a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. That way you'll not miss a thing. And as always guys, thank you all very much for watching. Take care and I will see you all later. Goodbye.